Good morning, Saturday morning. You're here with Stephen Bryant and L.C. Green on Is As Simple as Black and White. We're here this morning to broadcast this show again this morning. We're very happy to be here. Somebody give us a call just to double check. We can't hear ourselves in here this morning. 334-232-7045. Somebody give me a call this morning just to make sure that we are on. Everything says that we're on, but we don't know. We're gonna do something this morning. First of all, this morning we want to say good morning to you, and we want to send out. Hopefully, we are on this morning. We want to send out our condolence to the Glenn family.
Yes, we do.
334-232-7045. Some of our local listeners give us a call right quick this morning just for a test. Give us a test call this morning. 232-7045. Give us a test call this morning to see if we are broadcasting loud and clear. We want to be broadcasting loud and clear. And one way we know we're doing that if you give us a call. You give us a call this morning, so we'll have to run outside and jump in the car. I'm trying to pull it up. You pulling it up?
I'm trying, yes, sir.
All right.
These big thumbs aren't working.
We want you to follow us. We want you to follow us. Especially our Periscope friends. We want you to follow us and share us with those that's following you. Mix98fm.com is where you can be streaming all over the world. I want to tell my friends and family in Louisiana that you're in our prayers. You're in our prayers. We're praying for you. Water is no secret. Water is no secret and no surprise to us. We've dealt with water before. We've dealt with storms before. We've dealt with hurricanes before. So we're dealing with it this morning.
I'm pulling up the page, but it's not giving me the chance to.
Okay, all right.
232-7045.
Somebody give us a call. Let us know. We don't want to just sit here with dead time. I think if it was dead time, though, Stephen, I think somebody would have been on call and said that we wasn't on the air.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't want to.
Yeah, I think we're good.
Okay, all right. Everything said. So this we want to do several. We want to do several things this morning. Again, one of the things we want to say this morning, regardless of what we had planned to do this morning, we want to say to the Glenn family that you're in our prayers as always. Yes, you're in our prayers as always, and especially now, let you know that we're here for you. All right. Here we go.
Mix98.
Good morning.
Good morning. You are on the air loud and clear.
Oh, God bless you. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
Well, I'm doing good now. My wife out of the hospital. I've been out of socket for about 3 weeks.
I heard. I'm calling in. I want to see how she's doing, how you're doing.
Yeah, I'm doing fine. Good to hear your voice.
Is Raham?
Huh?
It was good to have you back.
Thank you.
Your wife is home, and you'll remain in our prayers, as will you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Enjoy the show.
All right.
It was a great one today.
All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, honey. Bye-bye.
All right. That's the word. That's the word. We're loud and clear. So this is where we are this morning. We want to talk about. Let's talk about this.
Well, LC, you were mentioning the Glenn family, and
yes.
For those that don't know, Mr. Glenn was found. And
yes.
The police department put out a statement yesterday, and for our listening audience, I just wanted to read the statement so that people would know.
All right.
And this comes from the Eufaula Police Department. On Wednesday, the 20th of July, 2016, a body of a deceased male was recovered in rural Randolph County, Georgia. The body was in severe state of decomp and was located in a wooded area off of Porter Road, approximately 53 miles from Eufaula. The body was taken to the GBI Central Crime Lab for testing and identification.
Mm-hmm.
The body was positively identified as Mr. Jimmy Zeke Glenn, 78, of Eufaula. Mr. Glenn's vehicle was located abandoned the same day. Evidence recovered at the scene indicated that he was a victim of homicide, and a young man by the name of Travis Byfield, age 18, of Eufaula, has been charged with the murder of Mr. Glenn and remains incarcerated. The exact manner of death, other than a homicide, cannot be released at this time, and that statement come from Chief Steve Watkins. So, again, just from us, we offer our condolences to the family. It's not the end result that they wanted, but at least we have some closure
Yes,
to
yes.
this case.
And I want to say this. I want to say we take our hat off to the Eufaula Police Department, Sergeant Donald Brown. We take our hat off to you, Eufaula Police Department, because you didn't give up. You made a speedy arrest. You made a speedy arrest, and now that we have identified the body, what's left now is prosecution. So we want to thank. Now to the Dawkins family, we have not forgotten about you. We have not forgotten about you. And I can also tell you from talking that the police department has not forgotten about you.
True.
I think that the problem we are now with Mr. Dawkins is that we're at an impasse. We follow every lead. Every time somebody called, even to this very day, when somebody called, the Eufaula Police Department follows the lead on Mr. Dawkins. But sometimes the family think that you forgot about them because you working on another case. But I want to say to the Dawkins family that we have not forgotten about you this morning. And so everybody, I need to say thank you too for all the prayers that was sent up for my wife.
Yes, sir.
All the phone calls that I received. Thank you, Stephen, and all of you who called. I was out of socket good 3 weeks, going on 4.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. And I tell you what, man, sleeping.
Eufaula missed you those weeks.
Well, I tell you, boy. I know every inch of that. I know every inch of that chair that's in the hospital room. And I'm gonna dedicate a whole program. To the hospital here. I think the hospital here gets a. We were not here. We were in Dothan.
Yes.
But everything starts here. And I think the hospital here gets a bad rap. I think the reputation it has is from past stuff.
Yes, sir.
And I think that it's not fair to hold past things to people. Now, let's talk about this. I didn't want to talk about this, but I'm going to talk about it.
It's news to me too, folks. So
Yeah.
let's go ahead and drop it and let's hear it.
There's a lot of things that's happening in this election that we can compare to the national election.
Yes, sir.
And especially, I heard Donald Trump say one time that he could shoot somebody, he could actually kill somebody in Times Square somewhere else in the public, and never lose voters. The way this election is shaping up, it seems as if though we got candidates that can do anything and say anything or not do anything and still get elected. And so that look like that's the way it's going. And then I want to talk about this. Donald Trump kept talking about everything being rigged. I was minding my own business. I don't know why folks like to mess with me when I'm minding my own business. I was minding my own business, trying to care for my wife while she was in the hospital, and folks still bothered me. And I say this, I'm gonna just say this, and then I'm gonna turn the page for this. If you're not doing anything wrong, then you don't have to worry about who calls who or who's doing what. If you're not doing anything wrong, but to brag, you know, me and the mayor was talking, and we was talking about the process, and we got it on paper. We know what the process is for absentee votes.
Yes, sir.
We know what the process is. Lady said, I just got here, and she been doing it for 10 years. Well, because you've been doing it for 10 years, that doesn't mean anything. You know, and I'm giving her more respect than I ought to give her, because I'm not calling her name. I'm giving her more respect than I ought to give her, you know, because you got to bragging about what you've been doing for 10 years. That don't make it right. We got the process. We know what the process is according to the law. And if you're not breaking the law, then you don't have nothing to worry about. You're just trying to pick a fight with me if you're not breaking the law. You know, people can call who they want to call. If you're not breaking the law, then it don't apply to you.
Yes, sir.
You know,
So
go ahead.
You started out talking about national elections, and then you said somebody bothered you. So was that a national election?
No, that was local.
That was a local election.
Yeah.
Okay.
What I tried to do when I started off talking about national is showing how it's parallel here in Eufaula.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? How it's parallel here in Eufaula. And then I was told this. I was told that, you know, that the support for the questionable, let me use this word, for the questionable tactics of illegal, no, I don't want to say illegal, the questionable tactics about absentee votes has the support of, now I was told this, the support of the district attorney, Ben Reeves, or the state representative, Barry Forte, the mayor, I don't know how the mayor supporting it, he ain't been elected, he ain't been in there no 10 years. And I was told that they know all the big people in Montgomery, you know, and I tell you this, the big people in Montgomery don't want their name out there because they see what happened to Mike Hubbard.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? So, but you know.
Now there was, I'm trying to wrap my head around this. There was an article in the Dothan Eagle, I believe, Wednesday, and for those that follow any of the Dothan news and know anything about Mr. Amos Newsom, I believe, city councilman there. The last time he was elected, he went in by just a handful of votes.
Right.
And there was some question as to the validity of some absentee votes.
Right.
And you can go online or either go back and get a Wednesday edition of the Dothan Eagle and find out what happens to some folks if they try to sway votes the wrong way.
Well, let me give you some background on that. I've been following that story since it happened. Because I know some folks in Dothan. I used to pastor in Dothan, so I followed that particular story since it happened. And one of the things that I did do, I kept these articles from day one, and I sat down with Mr. David Nix. I sat down with Susan Short, who's the probate judge, and then I took one article to one of the ladies who named, and I said, listen, y'all make sure that y'all, you know, don't get caught up in this mess. Let me tell you some of the simple things that was done, that was wrong. Number one, you got to have two witnesses. Okay.
Now this is on an absentee ballot.
Absentee ballot.
And the only way that an absentee ballot comes into play is if you're working and you cannot get off work in time to get to the polls,
sick,
or if you're sick and medically necessary that you can't get out of the house. Okay.
That's the law.
It's very, very limited as to what absentee vote is.
That's step number one. That's step number one. The problem they had, that they had people who absentee voted who didn't qualify to absentee vote. Matter of fact, one of the people that they turned in went to the poll to vote. And they wouldn't let the man vote because of the fact that he absentee voted. And they said, what you doing here? And he said, well, he didn't have to absentee vote. And then So let's go back to the witness, okay? If me and you going to get absentee votes for somebody,
Yes, sir.
you cannot sit in the car and let me go in and get the ballot and then you bring it back to you and you sign it and say you witness it. You actually got to witness it. They didn't do that.
2 witnesses means two
Two,
actual
that's right.
physical witnesses.
That got them in trouble. All right. Number 2, you cannot listen to me very careful. You cannot tell a person who to vote for. You see, and one of the things that they're doing here with the absentee ballot, they're telling the people. Let's say, for instance, if I'm running for office, you understand what I'm saying? You can't call me and say, look, I got you 19 absentee ballots. I got 19 people that voted for you. You know, and one of the problems we have, and got witnesses who are willing to write statements. So that's another thing why you don't want to mess with nobody, because we got people here in Eufaula who are willing to write statements about the fact how it was done. All right? You know, the candidate now the candidate paying you to go out and get absentee ballots, the candidate ain't gonna get in no trouble.
And it's legal for me as a candidate to pay you
Yeah,
$8 an hour or
sure,
whatever
sure.
to go out there and campaign
That's
for
legal.
me.
That's
legal.
why the candidate ain't gonna get in trouble.
Yeah.
All right?
The illegal part is coming to what you're actually doing.
How you're actually doing. And they got words like intimidate, they got words like you know, you can't tell. First of all, the person got to qualify to vote absentee. That's number 1. They got to qualify. You cannot tell a person who to vote for. You cannot do it. And that, so anyway, let's move on. Let's talk about.
And this lady in Dothan is 67 years old.
Yeah.
And she got sentenced guilty on 24 felony counts.
Yeah, and
of voter
it's
fraud.
see one leads to another. If they get you on one, then they keep looking and they'll find out that you know, but this man won by what 12 votes, I believe.
I think it was like 14 votes he won by.
And now all four of the folks that got charged got convicted. And one lady appealed, but the court upheld her conviction.
He won by 14 votes, and he received 119 out of the 124 absentee votes.
Yeah, you know, and all I say to anybody is just do right.
Do right.
If you do right, you ain't got nothing to worry about.
It's as simple as black and white.
As simple as black and white, baby. Just do right.
Do right.
You ain't got nothing to worry about, and you ain't got to call and say all this and say all that, and be bothering folks and threatening folks and all that kind of stuff. You ain't got to do that. And I'm gonna give you more respect than you gave me. I'm not gonna call your name on, put your name out on the air. Keep messing with me though, and then we can, you know.
Come talk about
Yeah,
it.
oh yeah, you use my name, but I'm giving you more respect. Stephen has pulled me in a little bit.
And honestly, I don't even know who has contacted you about that.
Yeah. You know, I don't like that. I don't like that. People have said everything. They've told all kind of tales, but it's coming out now. First thing they said, I was going out recruiting folks to run against Johnny Knight and Lucius Cobb and I've stood in New York with Mr. Cobb and talked to Mr. Cobb.
Yes, sir.
But we both agreed that was not true. I wasn't going out recruiting nobody. Now you got candidates running, and that proves my fact. I don't know half the folks running. I don't even know who they are.
Yes, sir.
So I didn't encourage nobody to run against somebody. Then they said that the Republican Party was giving me some money. I wish that part would have been true.
Yeah, I'm thinking I should get a little
Yeah,
bit of that or something.
you know, they say I was a Republican, and the Republican Party was giving me money to run against somebody, or to get people to run, and all that kind of craziness. Man, y'all stop lying. Just tell the truth and just do right. Now, when the last time we got a update on Flower Hut?
Miss Karen,
Yeah.
I think 2 weeks ago we shared that she was at home. And
Yeah. Oh, she's at home.
She is at home.
All right.
I will pull it up and see
All right,
what's on her status.
Now, you went. I watched your program that you did without me. You had your American flag there. You went down each district, and talked about the candidates.
Yes, sir, I did.
And some of them I was in agreement with you, and some of them I won't. Let me say this here: the only candidate that I am actively campaigning for and helping is going to win. I live in District 1.
Yes, sir.
You know, I am out there every day in District 1 talking, trying to get Tony L. Robinson elected as for District 1. I'm spending a lot of times in my minority community. We can put him in.
Yes, sir.
You know, when you talk to the mayor says that he got elected because of the minority votes, and if you look at it, it's true.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when I'm gonna make an appeal this morning for those of us who live in District 1, those of us who live in District 1, I want every vote to go to Tony Robinson, District 1. We need to elect folks that respect you. You need to elect folks that will talk to you, not only when they're running for office. All of them will talk to you when they're running for office, but what happened after they get in office?
Yes, sir.
So we supporting in District number 1. We are supporting Tony L. Robinson. That's what we are supporting in District 1. And I'm asking all of us in District 1, especially the minorities. I want every minority vote to go to Tony Robinson.
Mm-hmm.
And I want you to get out and vote. And then I make an appeal to everybody of goodwill. I want you to vote. I want you to vote in District 1. I want you to vote for Tony Robinson. What's the next? What's District 2? Who the candidate?
Well, you flip gears on me so quick.
All right,
It
go
takes
ahead.
me a minute to pull up.
All right.
Karen Willis, you wanted an update on the young lady that
Yes,
had
all right,
kidney
all right.
transplant.
You see why Stephen keep us in line?
She is
We be
doing
all over
well.
the place. Go ahead.
She is doing well. She's actually on vacation the next couple of days in Pensacola.
Go ahead on.
So Karen is doing well, and she actually sent me a little personal thank you note. I should have brought it in today for what we did on the radio station for her. So Karen and her family's doing well, and we appreciate everybody
All right. Now,
supporting them.
I got some homework for you.
Yes, sir.
I got some homework for you. Get her to come one Saturday.
Yes, sir. I'll try my best.
Get her
do
to
that.
come. Get her to
Try my
come
best
one
to do that.
Saturday and spend some time with us.
Now-
Speaking of spending time with us, wait now. Let me holler at Kyle. Let me tell Mr.
Yes, sir.
Kyle Moody. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Kyle.
Kyle, you probably out there at the high school, Femin. So we want to say good morning to you, and we want to thank you for your friendship, my brother. Now go ahead on.
Yes.
Put me back on track.
You just mentioned that I did a video this week, and anybody can go on my Facebook page, Stephen Bryan, or either on the Hill Facebook pages, Help Eufaula Alabama Live. We've had over 700 views of that video. It was about
Good.
25 minutes long, and it was discussing my picks for leadership in Eufaula.
Here we go. Hold on a minute. It's the call-in show. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hello, who's this?
This is Dot Weathers. How y'all doing?
Good, Miss Dot. How are you this morning?
I'm great. Beautiful Saturday morning.
It is pretty today. Beautiful day. How's the campaign trail going?
Well, it's busy. I've gotten some, good support out there, and a lot of people, I don't know which way they're looking, but it's good to be out and meet the people in the community and get back in touch with some old friends. It's been fun.
Ms. Weathers, let me ask you this question. Elsie Green speaking this morning. Good morning to you.
Haven't seen you in a while. Your wife better?
Yes, she is. Thank you. Thanks, she's here. Now look, you're out there with the people, and if you got elected tomorrow, would you still be out there talking to the people?
I don't know any other way, Brother LC. Hey, you got to know I'm the lady who speaks to folks in the grocery store. I speak to them on the street, complete strangers. That's the only way you get to know people and get a feel for the community.
Well, you're not watching the current candidates, because the current ones who are elected now, they don't believe in talking to the folks.
Well, I do. And I've been one of those people who tried to talk to the candidates myself. And that's one of the reasons I'm running right now.
All right.
I feel like we need to have a voice.
Amen.
I didn't come, I come from poor folks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We don't have a voice.
Yes, sir.
And, I just want, I listen to people, I talk to people freely, I'm accessible.
what
stuff accessible.
what district that you running in, Ms. Wells?
District 2.
All right. Now, oh yeah.
Mr. Johnny Knight.
Yeah, let me tell you this. Let me tell you this. Now, hear me carefully. That's a predominant minority district. And I looked at your ad in the paper, and it's a nice ad, but you need to put a little color in there.
Now that's your grandkids, is that right?
Oh, that's your
My
grandkid?
Those are my grandchildren, and they all came vanilla.
That's all right. That's all right. That's all right.
I tell you, LC, I love chocolate and strawberry.
That's all right. That's all right.
Only vanilla, you take vanilla.
All right. That's right. But, amen. So you're out there talking to all of them. That's good. That's good.
I don't care. You know what? I kept little children for years and years, and they came in all colors too. And anybody who makes a difference in color, they got a problem.
All right.
Very true.
That's
You know
good.
what? That also swings both ways.
You're right. You're right. That's good. That's good. That's
And
good.
this time we got to, well, let's just get some Neapolitan going on.
That-
Now I think I saw where Miss Erica Johnson, I believe, is that who was with you the other day campaigning in Forest Hills?
Yes, Erica's like a sister to me. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
all
Erica
right.
was doing real well.
Miss Dot, we got to let you go now.
All right. Well,
Thank you.
wonderful day.
Yeah,
Talk to you later.
thank you for calling. Thank you for calling. Thank you for calling. Now that's all right.
So
Oh, that was a
Miss
good call.
Dodd in District 2.
Yeah, that was a good call. That's a good call. District two. Let me say what I predicted about District 2.
Yes, sir.
What I predicted from day one. I don't understand why everybody misinterpret what I said. I said that if Johnny Knight would run, that he would get reelected. I said that. I said that from day one. Matter of fact, one of the candidates who was running, I sat down with him. He asked me, and I told him, I said, Doc, I said, I don't believe you can beat Johnny Knight. Johnny Knight a politician, man. And he been doing this. He been doing this for years.
Yes, sir.
I said he know what buttons to push. He know who to talk to. And so
Yeah. Well, we were down to District 2, and I was describing my video, and I wanted to make it plain, me and you by association through this program, it seemed like people think what I think is your thoughts, and what you think is your thought, my thoughts.
Yeah.
And I had someone to come at me on that and say, Stephen, what are you and LC doing to think that we're just going to give this particular seat up? And I said, first, I've got to tell you, LC has no part of what I'm saying today.
No.
LC's got his own thoughts.
That's
and
right.
comments.
That's right.
And,
That's right.
This is just my opinion
Sure.
based on, 24 years of
yeah.
experience.
Yeah.
Mr. Knight is, as I said in my video, the ultimate politician.
Yeah, that's right.
In the area.
That's right. That's right.
He will definitely come up to you and shake your hand and smile
That's
real
right.
big.
That's right.
But when it's time when the chips are down and it's time for a decision to be made, he does not want his phone ringing. He does not want your attention.
And he tell
does
you,
not want your opinion on the
you
matters.
got to go by what folks tell you. You understand what I'm saying? And if a man tell you not to bother them, if a man tell you not to call them, then don't you got to go by that.
2 city
You know what I'm
council
saying?
meetings ago, it is on tape. He said, do not call me.
And we have some council members up there now who don't want your opinion. You understand? Then that's one of the things that I have trouble with District 1. The person that's representing District 1, Jason Bennett, if you don't go along with everything that he throws out there, he get mad at you, pass by you, won't speak to you, and when he do say something about you, he's saying something that he don't know what he's talking about. You don't do that.
Well,
This is America, and America works on a democracy. Because you think it's a good idea, that don't mean everybody else thinks it's a good idea.
Sure.
And we have a right to say, I don't agree with that. Just like me and you, the best of friends.
yes, sir.
But I watch your program. I'm one of your supporters. but I don't go along with everything you say.
Sure.
You know what I'm
Now,
saying?
District 1, we completely agree on.
Oh yes,
Well,
yes,
Tony,
yes, yeah, and I'm glad of that. I'm glad of that. I'm glad that we agree. In District 1, I'm glad.
Tony is here. He's local.
Sure,
He's been local.
sure, and
If you need to talk to him, you know right where to find him.
His whole family has proven to be people.
Yes.
You know, if you're not a people person, you ain't gonna been in politics. If people get on your nerve, you don't bother, you don't want to talk to nobody. You got a right now. You got a right not to want to talk to nobody. But now you got to understand, you can't come back and ask me to vote for you when you don't know how to treat me.
Yeah.
All right. Now, I'm just going on what you District 2. District 2. Miss Weathers is a nice lady. Miss Peggy is nice. Steve is
Steve Rogers.
Steve Rogers. I mean,
Steve Rogers.
the cat's a straight shooter.
He's very
You know,
straight.
and now let me say this: people don't tend to like straight shooters. People tend not to like folks that say, you know, that stand up there and look you in the eye and tell you the truth.
Yes, sir.
Now we talked about a candidate a while ago, and that's one of his problems. You know, it's A when he's talking to you, the same subject talk to somebody else is B.
Yes, sir.
You understand what I'm saying? So where we at now? What district? Who's in District 3? Who's that?
In District 3, that is Mr. Drury Watson and Lucius Cobb.
Okay, all right. Mr. Watson missed the debate,
Yes.
the forum, because he was in the hospital. He was hospitalized. He was hospitalized. And because I know he was. I was sitting in his room the night of the debate, because he was on one floor, my wife was on another floor. I think now, I'm just making my prediction. I think that Mr. Cobb is going to win that district because of the campaign, the limited time that Drury has to campaign. Drury is a Tuskegee graduate, so you'd have a smart man on city council. He's a Tuskegee graduate. He's a retired educator, you know, and everything. And with our education system in Eufaula, we need some. You know what I found? Like on our school board. That's not an educator on our school board.
And tell me.
That's strange.
Tell me, just in case the public doesn't know, how does the school board get elected?
The school board is not elected. The school
How
board is
does the
appointed.
school board get appointed?
The city council, each member of the city council has a right to appoint somebody to the board, and then all they got to do then is, if somebody throw your name out, then the city council members vote on it.
So that just makes this election even that much more important,
right.
Because they they appoint the other city leaders of our town.
That's exactly right.
So this election is very
not only do they appoint school board members, but there are other positions that's appointed by them, and them alone.
Police chief, fire chief.
Them alone. They're the ones who do that. You know what I'm saying? They're the ones who do that, and then each one of them has an area of responsibility. And you talked about the police chief and the fire department. We're gonna devote a whole time to that, because that's very important.
Yes, sir.
You know.
Yes, sir.
And I read about the forum they had, and the question was asked to Mr. Cobb about salaries for the fire department and police. See, what I don't understand, he answered it, but when I went before the council, they didn't open their mouth.
Yes, sir.
And when I went before them about a raise for the fire department and the police department, they didn't open their mouth. Matter of fact, they got mad at me because I did it. They talked about me. They talked about me like a dog because I went up there. Now, to give credit to Bob Powell said we need to wait till after the election before we deal with this.
I mean, that would be the standard
Sure,
political answer, is to kick it down the street. And of course, this close to the election, that is the correct answer.
Well, no. That's where we disagree. You understand what I'm saying? Because whether it's election time or not, that shouldn't change how you feel.
Well, that's true.
Yeah, you
That's
understand what I'm saying?
They could
That
vote on it.
should-
The
that
city
should-
council could come in
Look,
and squash it.
That should not change how you feel.
Mm-hmm.
If I feel that you need a raise, I feel that you deserve a raise, then I need to come up and then this is what they said. This is what they're scared of, and Mr. Cobb said it too. They're scared of asking people for tax.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is what I say to the city council. I told them, they come out and say, well, I asked for tax. I didn't ask for tax.
Mm-hmm.
I asked them to come up with some kind of way.
Sure.
To come up with some kind of way. I asked them about the tax money we already got.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we extended with $3 million. Can we not give them a raise out of that money? You say I didn't say tax, but I know that's one answer. But they scared of tax. They scared to stand. But what I'm saying to you, Stephen, is that it does not make any difference if you standing for right. It doesn't make any difference if it's election time or not. And I'd be really leery of somebody. I'd be really leery of somebody that they say one thing when it's election time, and then when you get elected, it's something else. You know, that's why you heard me talk about this slogan about your vote count. Yeah, your vote count, but once you vote for me, you don't count.
That's very true.
You see, come on, where we at? What
Well,
district?
in District 3, you had your say there, and my say on my video, and there's a lot of people listening
Right,
that
none of the above.
wouldn't hear, is that I was looking very much forward to supporting Mr. Drury Watson. Unfortunately, I don't know enough about him to be able to endorse him because I haven't heard his platform, and it's not a slight on him. It's just his health condition, whatever, has made it so that you can't hear his platform. I do know what Lucius Cobb has done for 16 years, and I don't agree with what he has failed to do. And I don't agree that his only solution in the 2-hour forum the other night was raise taxes, raise taxes, raise taxes. If Montgomery doesn't pull us out, if Washington doesn't pull us out, then we're in trouble. I think we've got better sense here in Eufaula than to know that we don't have to count on them for our little piece of bread. So that's my 2 cents worth.
Yeah. Let me say this. Drury is a homeboy. He grew up in the area. Him and Mr. Cobb got that in common. Both of them grew up in the area that they're running for. And you're right about that. And I heard you endorse none of the above. But let me say this. And I said this before. Tax is not the only answer.
True.
So this is what we do. Y'all listen to me careful. We elect people to represent us.
Yes, sir.
All right. So what we need the sharpest and the brightest minds that we can find. That's why I'm excited about some of these young people running. We need some minds up there that don't get so locked in on one thing. Yeah, y'all got to sit down and think, man. Y'all got to sit down and think and even be creative. You know, if you know the folks, man. I remember when I was out there trying to get property tax passed for the
county.
For the county. You know, that thing got defeated bad. Yes, and there's a lot of legitimate arguments against it, and I understand that. But this is what I challenge. I challenge the county commissioners like I do the city council. Come up with some ways, man. So we got to look at folks, man, and say, look, are these some thinkers or what they are? You understand what I'm saying? Did you see in the paper that how Mr. Nightmare showed you understood that he was educated, and he was an educator and a principal and all that. We need some folks up there that can think. Now the problem I have, I think that some of them been up there so long that they thinking is gone. I think they just get comfortable up there and they just become yes. You know. And I wouldn't want to sit on the council when I say something and I say, Stevens, make that motion. And you make the motion because I tell you to make the motion.
Yes, man.
Yeah, you understand what I'm saying? Come on, man. Come on. Now, going back to whatever district Steve. Now that's one thing about Steve Rogers. You know,
he will share his opinion.
Oh yeah. But I don't think that nobody in that district could win. Yeah. All right. Come on, where we at now? In
speaking of District 3, just one more comment.
Okay.
I did support none of the above there in my way of thinking. And if you write in none of the above, that sort of sets into motion some other things
Right.
that we will discuss if that happens.
Right.
Due to Cobb being there for so long, he may pull that out. I'd love to see Mr. Drury get it, but none of the above is what I'm asking for.
And don't believe what folks that they got folks in this town, especially the politicians, tell you that you cannot vote for none of the above. You can.
You can.
You can.
And,
And if none of the above, and see, this what they scared of, and this come from the Secretary of State office. If none of the above get more votes than anybody else, then what's going to happen? They got a problem. And then the race is open to anybody that want to run.
Yeah.
You'd have to have a special election. You see, now, the elected officials in this town won't tell you that. The people that conducted the election in this town won't tell you that. They'll tell you ain't no such thing as none of the above, but that's not true.
Yeah. It's a,
Because,
it's
see,
a true scenario.
anytime you vote, you have a right to vote the way you want to vote. You can write somebody else's name, and just because these names are on the ballot, that don't mean that's gonna person you got to vote for.
True.
You can write in some names. Come on, where we at now?
Now, one thing as a way of an announcement, and we'll probably hit this again as we end, but we've got another political forum coming up
Tuesday night, yes.
from 6 to 8 o'clock at St. John AME Church. And prominent pastor here, Brother Carlton Worthen, has come out very vocally against Lucius Cobb this week, saying, Lucius, why aren't you showing up at our forum? Lucius has declined the invitation there. And Carlton is very, very upset with Lucius right now. So,
Well,
if you have any pull with Lucius, get him there so that he can answer questions about his record.
well, let me tell you what I think the mindset is for Mr. Cobb right now. Mr. Cobb said from day one that Mr. Watson couldn't beat him. He said that from day one. That's his own words. He said the man can't beat him.
Yeah.
All right. And then the fact that if you take in consideration a man's health, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the fact that he actually was. Now I talked to Drury. Drury said he's well. He's going to be there. You know, he's going to be there Tuesday night. He's going to be there Tuesday night. That way people can get a chance to ask him the question. But now you know Mr. Cobb's declined to do an interview with me when he registered to vote. Matter of fact, I was surprised that he even told me untruth. He said he wasn't up there to register, and he was. You know, and it angered me. But now, if you want to get, there's two people that can get Lucius Cobb to do something.
Johnny Knight's one, I know.
Johnny Knight, and Bob Powell.
And Bob.
And that's sad.
Bob's got influence.
I hate to get on the air, and I hate to get on the air and say that. But that's the way you've proven that to be true, my dear brother.
Yeah.
You've proven that to be true. You had no reason not to sit down. I've always been fair with you. You had no reason not to sit down and give me an interview.
Yes, sir.
And all I wanted to do was get you to state, just like everybody else. Now, I'm sure you done saw it, and people done told you about what happened. Mr. Knight did the same thing, you know.
Well, I'm like you. I've actually sat in his living room and had talks with him, and discussions with him, and thought we were pretty tight.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
trying to get up with him to
Let me
voice
say
my
this.
opinion about different things.
Let
that he
me
was
say
voting on,
let me say this from
just checked out.
let me say
Just
this
checked out.
from a racial perspective, from a street perspective. If you want the two minority elected officials to do anything, you send a white person to talk to, and that's how you get it done. All right,
Yeah.
and I'm through with that.
All right.
I'm ashamed of them.
We
Where
through
we
that.
at now?
Moving on to District 4.
Who's that?
Miss Linda Grice going against incumbent Bob Powers.
All right. Now, Bob Powell was a very smart man.
Very intelligent.
Very intelligent. Very, very intelligent man. He's two different people. If you talk to Mr. Powell away from that city council, he's a whole different person than he is when he operated at the city council. Now, this is let me tell you why you got to elect Bob Powell. Let me tell you why you got to elect him.
Okay.
All right? Because if Lucius Cobb and Johnny Knight get reelected, which look like they both going to get reelected, look like Johnny Knight and Lucius Cobb going to get reelected. That we that may not be our choice,
Yes, sir.
but that's what's going to happen. Johnny Knight and Lucius Cobb going to get reelected. Jury, I'm sorry, man, but this is what's going to happen. So if they're going to serve, then you need Bob. You need Bob.
Bob to put him in check.
You need it. You need him. He know how to deal with them. Now the only thing the only problem with that is that you're going to have 3 votes. And them 3 votes going to be in the way Bob Powell want to go. And what I'm talking about is what I've seen in the last 5-6 years of history. And y'all can get mad if you want, but we got the tapes to prove it. We got the tapes of the city council meetings to prove it. You understand what I'm saying? And y'all meet before the council meeting, and y'all come into agreement. That's one reason why they changed the way you go talk to the city council. The one reason why they changed it. You understand what I'm saying? Because they don't want to hear you. They don't want you to come up there and say nothing contrary to what they'll say. But now, I've sat in Mr. Bob Powell office, and I've talked to him. He allowed me to say my opinion. He allowed me to talk to him. None of the rest of them ain't done that. But he has allowed me to do that now. And he has told me his opinion about things. And then I also know why he run the council the way he does. Now, this is what I had problem with. 4 years ago, when they got elected, I wanted to make sure that the president of the council had more years of experience than anybody up there. How long John Knight been up there?
24 years.
24 years. Wouldn't that make sense that my peers would elect me? You see, the council, the title that Mr. Powell has now is the president of the council, whatever they call him, whatever the chairman, whatever he is.
President of the council.
He got that because the other council members elected him to that slot. And I had trouble. How in the world how many years Mr. Powell been there? 8?
Powers has been there 16, Cobb 16,
Okay.
and Knight 24.
Okay, so why in the world would somebody be the chair or the president of the council that got less time than me? I don't understand that.
Mr. Knight has been president pro tem for.
Oh yeah, but what's
years?
that? What is that? You know why he's president pro tem? Because Bob Powell appointed him president pro tem. Something wrong with that. But anyway, out of the fact that if you look at the way the council is going, if you look at the way it's going, then you need Bob Powell up there.
The very fact of your reasoning why he has to be there is why I oppose him.
That's right.
He has too much power at his discretion.
Well,
He has too much influence at his discretion.
but now they give it to him.
He's been proven that he's not responsible in that area as it comes to president of the council in that seat.
Now he did not
Bob
take that.
Powers needs to go.
He did not. And I'm not arguing that.
Yeah.
Oh, God knows I'm not arguing that. All right.
Yes.
And I think Miss Grace is a fine lady for the little time that I know her.
Sure.
But I'm looking at the whole makeup
I
of the
understand.
council.
Yeah.
Now if everybody going to be replaced, let him go.
You
But now the
don't
fact.
think you could ask for a better scenario?
Yeah,
Myself.
you understand what I'm saying? But now, Bob Powell did not take that position. The other council members voted him into that position.
Selected.
You understand what I'm saying? They
Between
voted
those
him.
five.
They the ones who voted him into that list. The nomination was made, and he got unanimous vote. I was there. The night it happened.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Shocked and surprised.
Now that we know what that did, if that changed him at all, or if he's just always been this way in a position of power, but we know that that position has not been a good position for him because, like you say, he is a completely different person when he sits in that chair at council meetings.
And he needs to defend himself on. He'll tell you what. Let me tell you what happened. I had several conversations, and I had one with Mr. Powell, and I don't think it's right for me to dispose, the conversation I had with him and Mary. But I had a conversation based on the fact that the night of the election, I'm gonna go there. I said, this is what I said. I said, Mr. Powell, the night of the election, I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna protest, and I'm going to demand, if that's the right word, that Johnny Knight be president of the council, simply based on his years. You understand what I'm saying? Here you got a well-dressed black man with 20-some years, huh? And you mean to tell me he can't be the leader? And Mr. Knight just is counterfeit. I'm pro tem, man. But that ain't nothing. You pro tem because Bob Powell said you pro tem.
Yeah.
So I'm going with Bob Powell. I'll be honest with you. I'm impressed with him when you sit down and talk to him. And plus,
I'm a completely different person when you're one-on-one.
Plus, I'm an ex-soldier.
The night that he kicked me out of the city council and had the police escort me out, after the fact, we were out there shaking hands and talking about what really needed to happen. Completely different person.
Yeah.
Completely different person.
And
Even during the height of the drama that was going on, he stepped down from that bench, so to speak, and he was a different person. But for the city's sake, who sits on that bench is who the citizens of Eufaula has to decide needs to be the same guy you're going to meet in the gas station.
That's right.
At the
I
restaurant.
agree.
And that is my reason. And also, as I described in my video, there's still not been a public apology to the ladies of the city council, to the city attorney, to others for the detrimental statements that he made to the females in that last meeting.
This is what I asked him. You know we got people coming there now with their signs.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying? And I asked him, I said, Mr. Powell, what's the difference between what Stephen did and what they're doing now? What's the difference? You allowed him to stay in there. And then they said, well, he wasn't blocking nobody. They said you held that sign over your head and people behind you couldn't see. That was not so. I think he just overreacted.
He did.
We'll give him credit. Come on, let's go. We running out of time.
We're definitely running out of time. District 5.
Who's that?
We have incumbent Barbara Fleury.
Okay.
We have running Jeremy Brandon Carroll, which I saw the first Facebook update this morning on him.
Oh, really?
He is actively involved in Hollywood, shooting movies and stuff.
Hollywood.
He's a Hollywood actor.
He live in Eufaula?
He's from Eufaula. And,
No, he live in Eufaula. He got to live here.
Evidently, his residence is here.
He got to live in that
But
district.
I'll have to pull up and show you what he said today. That's his first public statement. And then we have Chris Jackson.
Nice young man.
Wesley Register and Bobby Vickers. Those are the opponents in District 5.
Let me tell you my prediction.
Yes, sir.
Because Wes Register is such an impressive young man. Because if you're around him and you listen to him, he's very, very, very impressive young man. And I think it's going to be a runoff between him and Barbara Fleurs because Barbara got the seat. Now I wouldn't be surprised either if she came in third. I would not be surprised even if she came in third. But I think that if we was at the racetrack and we was putting money, I'd put my money on Register. Register. And I tell you something else. Register is the type of young man that we need up there. We need some young men that's business minded. Like there goes him and Tony. And who think on their own, you know. I mean, this is what I see. We vote every 4 years.
Yes, sir.
There's no harm in giving a person a chance for 4 years. And then if they don't do it, put them out.
And that's what I say on 16 years and 16 years and 24 years.
Yeah.
If they can't give us any progress, get them out.
Yeah, you know, and what you got to lose? What you got to lose?
We're looking at that 4-year cycle right now on Jason Bennett and on Ms.
Gone.
Barbara Fleur.
Gone.
Both of them.
So look, so what you got to lose? And if you replace them, and they don't do nothing in 4 years, then people you replace may want to come back and you know say, oh yeah, I see now. You understand what I'm saying? But you just can't give nobody a blank stamp and say, I'm glad everybody got a challenge. Because that's the American way.
Yes,
We live in America. We live in a democracy. You understand what I'm saying? And I believe that. So that's all.
So before anybody ever run, I stated that I would like to see Mayor Jack Tibbs back in. He run unopposed. And I also said that Miss Barbara, if anybody else went back in, I'd like to see her go back in, because it took her a while to get her footing.
Yeah.
But she finally got her footing, and she has voted the way her district has wanted her to vote.
I would, if young Mr. Register wasn't in that race, I would probably come out wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
And support her.
Well, I'm the same. I
Because
use this one as a
you did say something, and a lot of times if you go to the meeting, you misinterpret what she's doing, because she seemed like she spent her whole time looking at her iPad, but you know. But when it comes down to vote, but now this is the problem. This is the problem that I've seen. You vote for something that needs to be done, but then when it comes time how to fund it, you vote against the way to fund it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Anyway.
And that could be a problem there.
Yeah.
As you said, Wesley West Register coming in very strong at the political forum. He was very polished. He did not give you what you would think would be the typical answer. He'd say, I want to flip it and say, not what can the city do for me, what can I do for the city?
John Kennedy in there. You know.
Wesley had a very good public forum. Chris Jackson did an excellent job. His first time on stage, I believe, giving a platform of youth and wanting to have youth involved. Bobby Vickers, 35 years personal experience being a servant in Eufaula. District 5 is really a toss-up. Definitely can see that one running into a runoff.
I think the problem we have in right now, and you're seeing it right now, is that the politicians know how to campaign, and they're polished, and they know how to present a picture, whether it's the true thing or not. You understand what I'm saying?
Second page in the Eufaula Tribune has our very own Mr. Lucius Cobb. How many times has Mr. Lucius Cobb been in the Tribune in the last 16 years? And here we are, election cycle, and front page smiling.
You know, I saw, I was traveling on 431, and I seen them fixing the highway.
Yes, sir.
I said, I wonder how many of them going to take credit for that. Anytime something get done, they always want to take credit for it. I said, I wonder how many of them going to take credit. Man, we're running out of time here.
That's part of the A-Trip funding, and that was on my list just for people to be looking out. There is road work going on everywhere around here, and will be until about Christmas time.
So this is what I really want us to look at. The voters. Number one, I want us to go out and vote. I sure want us to go out and vote.
Yes.
And then number two, I really want you to take a good look at these candidates. Good look at them. And I always said to them, comments, run on your record. Run on your record. You know, run on your record. And if you run on your record, you're going to get caught. Because you're going to say you did so-and-so, and you come to find out you didn't do it.
You didn't do it. Exactly.
You know. So anyway, listen, we got what, according to this clock in front of me, we got, that's our time right there.
Yeah, we're out.
We got to sign out. Listen, you've been watching and listening to Simple as Black and White with Stephen Brown and L.C. Green. And we're looking forward to seeing you Tuesday night over at St. John Avenue Church on Dale Road, 901 Dale Road, for the public forum over there.
They will be taking questions from the audience. You can write it down on the card. The chamber did not allow the public any questions. The public's going to get to participate in this one.
Now, don't get upset. The last time they had something at St. John, you had to write the questions down, and the pastor asked the questions. Most folks want to ask their own questions, but don't get upset. Don't get upset. Let's follow the process.
Yes.
Don't get upset.
Yeah, your question will be asked, so just turn it in.
All right, we gone. Then already cut us off. All right, Simple as Black and White. Go out and vote.
Her most recent tax return showing her and former President Bill Clinton earned more than $10 million